I just wish I could gather all the women in one place and explain to them how easy men are, because men actually want to give you everything that you want. This is what's been on my mind this week, so let's talk about it. I was having a conversation over the weekend with this girl, and I was explaining to her how easy it is for women to get exactly what they want from men if they only understood the basics, which for some reason women have completely thrown out the window. And I think it's because women get advice on men from women. But I am here to give you the cheat codes of how easy it is to get what you want from any man at any time. The very first thing you have to understand as a woman is that men require very few things. For us to be happy, or at least content, we require very little. It's not difficult to make a man happy. It's not things that you have to go out and work for. It's not things that you have to go out and buy. You don't have to spend money on any of the things that men need. What are these things that men want or need in relationships? Very simple. It comes down to pretty much 4 basic things that men want. Number 1, respect. Number 2, loyalty. Number 3, food. Number 4, sex. That's pretty much it. If you have a decent human being, male human being, in front of you and they want a relationship with you, if you can give them these 4 things, you can get whatever you want. Men are very easy to please. And I think where most women get it wrong is when you have this sense of entitlement, which has become the norm now in the world that we live in. That's the biggest turnoff. That's the biggest negative to getting what you want from a man. The second a man notices your entitlement, he's no longer interested. He doesn't want to give you what you want. It's going to be a struggle for you to get what you want. And this is something I've noticed that has become common of late, is that a lot of females, not all, a lot of females feel entitled to the things that men are supposed to do for them. And don't get me wrong, this isn't a complaint. As men, we understand that we are supposed to do certain things for women. It's in our nature to do certain things for women. But when it shifts to where women feel entitled to certain things, it just becomes difficult for us to give them those things. How can I put it so that females actually get it? Let me put it this way. Money is to men, money or resources are to men what sex is to women. What does this mean? A woman knows if she's going to sleep with a guy. She knows almost instantly. When she meets a guy, she knows this guy can get it, or there's no way on God's good green earth this is ever happening. Women know. So let me give you a scenario. As a woman, you meet this guy and you like him and you've got chemistry and everything is just right. Okay? And you know that this guy can get it. I'm going to give him whatever he wants. But even in your willingness to give him everything he wants from you, right? He then starts saying entitled things like, so when am I getting some of that? So when can we sleep over? So when are we getting it on? So when are we doing it? When are you sending me that view once? I'm not female, but I can imagine that would completely put you off, and whatever you were even willing to do will completely go off the table. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what would happen. The same applies to men. Men want to do these things. We get a sense of pride when we do things for our women. It's just how we are built. But the second that thing that we have to do feels like it's coming from a point of entitlement from the other party, from the female, it's a complete turnoff, and you are not going to get what you want if you feel entitled to it. Long time ago, I started talking to this girl and we were getting close, right? She was a student at the time. And the thing I noticed about her is that she was a student, so she didn't have an income, and the money she had was probably what she would get from her parents, right? So what I started to notice was that she would come to see me wherever, the office or home, and she wouldn't require that I pay for her transport. right? I would do it, but she wouldn't require that I do it, right? We would talk almost every day. She would never at any point require that I get her data or airtime or none of that. And a few weeks into this, as a sensible man, right, I knew she was a student. So, and I noticed that she was doing all of these things willingly because she wanted to be in my presence or she wanted to talk to me, right? So, as a normal human male, it is within our nature to want to make that, to provide in that type of scenario. So before we even started dating, we dated later on, but before we even started dating, I started giving her a weekly allowance, right? She didn't ask me for it. She didn't demand that I do it, but just the way she was behaving towards me and how willing she was to do certain things just by herself prompted me as a man to step in. Another time earlier on, long time ago, I'm saying this because these people are probably married now, but a long time ago, there was this girl that I liked and she had a problem with her phone. Every time we would talk, every time I would call her, we wouldn't be able to speak because her phone had a problem where she needed to charge it while it's off for it to charge. After it charges for a while, she would be able to turn it on and then would speak. So I'd always ask her about it. How come your phone is always off? And at some point she came clean and said, oh, I have a problem with my charger. While you're in town, get me a charger. And that evening when I went to her house, I got her a brand new phone. I saw the effort that she was making to talk to me, to want to see me, to want to be in my presence, right? And this, as a man, prompted me to want to fix this problem that she had. We want to do these things for you. The thing that stops us, or at least turns us off, is when there's a sense of entitlement on the female's end. When the female feels that we owe her this thing. So ladies, equate what sex is to you as what resources are to a man. You want to sleep with a man, but if he's feels entitled to your body and to this thing happening between the two of you, it's a major turnoff, I would imagine. Same thing for men and resources. Men pay attention to everything. We are watching and listening and learning, and men watch, learn, and adjust. So they will observe how you behave towards them, and then they'll adjust accordingly. The smallest details that you think are just minor things that you're saying or doing, we pay attention to all of it. The second we notice that you're selfless and you're actually interested in the relationship and the person, there's a certain shift in gears within us that just makes us want to make your life easier, especially financially. If we are capable of getting you the world and we've noticed that you're a selfless human being that's just happy to be in our presence, that wants to spend time with us, that's actually looking at creating a future with us, oh, we will bring you the world. We will go to war for you. There's nothing that we won't do to get you what you want. And it's so simple, the things that you need to do. It's so frustrating when I'm even sitting here talking about this because it's so simple. You can get everything that you want by doing very little. Men appreciate everything. Even the smallest of things, men, we are grateful for the smallest things women do for us. This is because we are wired to give and we very rarely receive stuff. So when we get even the smallest of things, we are very grateful. Us knowing that you were out and about doing your thing and you remembered that his plates were not where they were supposed to be and so you wanted to get them a dish rack, or the bathroom floor was always wet out of the shower and you wanted to get them a rag for the bathroom. These small things move us so much you have no idea. The amount of things we will be willing to do post that is amazing. And I wish women knew and understood this. And I hope after watching or listening to this, you at least get some idea of how easy we are to please. Women are bad at sex, but it's men's fault. This is another thing that actually demonstrates how easy men are relative to women. When it comes to sex, men will get the bare minimum and not complain. The bare minimum. You can literally lay there like a log and it will get the job done. Facts. The flip side, on the other hand, isn't true. You have to study the woman's body, the woman's psychology, for you to crack that code, for you to be able to please her effectively. And even when you do that and get all of that correct, it's not a one fits all. It won't work for all women. Men, on the other hand, very easy. You just have to show up and get naked. Simple. We are so easy to please. And because of this, women don't have to go the extra mile when it comes to sex. They just have to show up and get naked. And this is what makes them generally terrible at sex. Men generally are better at sex than women because men have to learn how to please a woman. And this doesn't apply to all women because there are women that go above and beyond, right? And we appreciate those women. But generally, especially the women that think of themselves as beautiful, they don't feel the need to, they just feel the need to show up. And unfortunately, it still works. We will still get satisfied by them just showing up. That's how easy we are. Men want to feel appreciated and they want to feel that the things that they are doing have some meaning in your life. Every time he goes out and gets resources and brings them back to the house, just say thank you. Babe, thank you that the bills are paid. Babe, thank you that I can move comfortably from point A to point B. Babe, thank you that we have food in the fridge. Just say thank you. Now the thing is, for women, especially of this generation, you want to say thank you to the big things. You want to say thank you because of the trip. You want to say thank you because he got you expensive hair, did your nails, or gave you the most impressive maintenance week of your life. That's not it. If you can be grateful for the small things and show this man that you appreciate the basic things that he's doing to make your life easier, he will go above and beyond. He will do the extra things that you want. But if you're ungrateful, there's no inspiration for him to want to go above and beyond. He's not inspired to do more for you. Because in his mind, even what he's doing currently isn't enough. So why is he going to break his back for you? Say thank you for the things that he's doing currently. You have no idea how much that touches a man's soul. And not only that, when you say thank you, you are teaching us the things that you want us to do more of. We are learning that when we give you certain things, we receive gratitude back. And this is how easy we are. If I bring you an apple today and you say thank you, I'll bring you 2 tomorrow. True story. These seemingly small things are the cheat codes to getting whatever you want from a man. Men do not respond well to threats and ultimatums. It doesn't sit well with men when you give them ultimatums. I require a man that can do this, that for me. That is not the way. I know it feels like you're putting him in check by telling him what you need and the type of men you can only be with. But trust me, you're doing more of a disservice to you. If you actually like this person and want to be this person, you're actually doing more of a disservice to him and the relationship. Men do not respond well to threats. And what's even worse than threats and ultimatums is comparing him to a past situation. My ex-boyfriend used to do this. I'm accustomed to what my ex-boyfriend used to do. We used to go on trips on holidays. Yeah, but Sharon, why aren't you with your ex-boyfriend then? What are you doing here? Do not bring up what your ex was doing in your current relationship. That is one of the easiest ways to not get what you want. Men, in my very humble opinion, love more genuinely than women. This is why I say that. Men love who you are. Women love what you do. First thing, when you meet a guy and you're telling your girlfriends about it, what do they ask? What does he do? You want to know what men ask when you've met a girl? What does she look like? Men are interested in what you come with naturally. Women are interested in your ability to go out and gather as much resources as you can and bring them back home. And this isn't a complaint. Men are required to go out and gather resources and bring them back to their home. It is our duty to do that. And there's no blame on women wanting that. But the way you want to access these things from men matters. Men respond to softness and femininity. They don't respond to threats and ultimatums. It will not work if you go and try and get these things by force. But if you go in with softness and femininity, anything you want will be yours. A man will walk into a supermarket and see a cashier and like her and go and ask for her number. Not caring that she's a cashier, not caring what she does, not caring how much she earns, not caring any external factor wouldn't matter. He's going to speak to her purely because he likes what she looks like. The reverse is, I think, very, very uncommon. Women will be more attracted to what you can do. Men will be more attracted to who you are. That's just the world we live in. Have you ever wondered why a man would leave an objectively beautiful woman to be with a subjectively plain woman? Have you ever wondered? I know you've seen these things happen where a woman complains and says, "Is that what he left me for?" Or you see an ex and you wonder why he's settled for someone that is subjectively less attractive than you are. Well, let me tell you why. It's because you missed it. Men care more about respect than probably anything else. What love is to women, respect is to men. Love, because we very rarely get love. If at all, I don't think men get love. I think what we require is respect. I don't think there's any way of circumventing that as a woman. You cannot be disrespectful to a man and expect him to love you. It cannot work. I had a family friend who dated this amazing woman on paper. She had a great job. She was very, very beautiful, objectively beautiful. But somewhere along the line, he left her to date this student. And I didn't get it back in the day. I was just a teenager, but I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And I asked him, why did you leave that, at the time, seemingly perfect woman for this student who was subjectively plain? As you grow older, he explained, you will discover that respect is more important than beauty. It's more important than whatever accolades this woman might have, whatever success she might have, because none of that is ours. But a woman that can respect a man, a woman that can appreciate a man will always stay in that space. When you see a man leave an objectively beautiful woman and be with someone that is somewhat subjectively plain or less attractive, it doesn't make sense to women, but every man gets it. So the things that men require are, for lack of a better term, free. The things that women require, men have to go out and work for them. So please understand that men are so easy. And the cheat code is very, very simple. Respect a man, appreciate a man. He will have no reason to move from that space. At least if he's a good man. And I know you would argue that there are men whom you give respect and loyalty and all the things I've talked about, and they still step out. That's not a man thing. That's Joe. That's Joe. What that guy has got issues. But a man, a good man who has got the best intentions for you, you give him this very, very basic things. Oh, he will give you the world. And I hope this is registering. It's that simple. You don't have to do anything outside of what I've said. That these things that I've mentioned will get you any and everything that you want. All right. Those have been my thoughts this week. Wherever you're watching this from, wherever you're listening to this from, I hope you're having an amazing day. And as always, dare to be great. See what happens. Peace.